It's a little chilly, but I'm back. I put the shorts on. Cowboy. I'm a cowgirl, and you're a cowboy. Okay, so the King of Hearts. 10 years ago, I put that card after I found it in my calendar of cats, and guess what? I just found it. Isn't that a trip? Okay, so I wanted to tell you that 10 years later, the King of Cups finally showed up. This was from Gary and Rose. Thank you. Gary and Rose, thank you again. Beautiful card. Peace to you. And randomly at the bottom of the deck, we've got Justice and the Nine of Cups energy, wishes and desires coming true. And some bread. Yeah, this is medicine for the bread because it's moldy. Okay, so I am back. Let's see if I can put you guys here and go over a little bit of this with you. Okay, so who are you? Now, I want you guys to get your regressions or figure out who you were in your past lives because they're saying that it's very important that you guys figure out who you are. I spilt all over my shirt when I was brushing my teeth. I had chips with refried beans and Quizo cheese sauce for breakfast. And I got my shopping done, my grocery shopping. And now I'm going to finish on the reading about, yes, we need to check into who we were. If you already know your past lives, then you're way ahead of the game. You're on the highest timeline, but many of you are not. Many of you are still trying to figure out who you are, and don't put that in the back burner. We want to go towards our wishes and desires. That was the Nine of Cups there with the Justice. Now, if you go back to the shorts with Cowboy by Kid Rock, it's self-explanatory. I'm not going to go over it. But basically what they're saying is that our past may not be something we're proud of. It might have been karmic. It might have been energy harvesting. It could have been a lot of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And that could be in many lifetimes. Like, I've had many, many lifetimes that I'm not exactly proud of, but that's what we had back then, okay? This lifetime I'm very proud of because I lived, as I told you, the first 29 years of it, not proud of it, right? But then the last 30 years, I cleaned up my act, and you know what? I am doing the best that I can to help others get back on track. So however that looks for you, it could be AA, it could be NA, it could be just being a good person. But the point is that we changed. We're not the same. We're not the same person that we were in our past lives, or even our first 30 years of this incarnation. So if you're still acting like the lyrics to Cowboy, then I would definitely say you're on the low timeline, and it's time for a change. So find out who you were, find out who you want to become, and then go that route. I also have another song that I'm going to put on here later, and that's the Who Are You? Okay, so that'll be coming out later, and right now I want to get into some reading. We've got Justice on the bottom of the deck randomly. We're going to go ahead and shuffle these up in front of you. Yeah, right before I come on and then I spill all over. It's only water. It'll dry. Like I said, this is live. I'm always authentic. I'm never edited. If you came over here right now, you would find exactly what you get every day. Okay? So they don't want me to shuffle no more. I can feel it. You can feel it. We've got the Ace of Pentacles again. So that was from the earlier 3 minute short. So make sure that you watched my last shorts. I did a 3 minute, I did a cowboy, and I'm going to do the who afterwards. Ace of Pentacles, they really want you to go towards your abundance. And I'm kind of just repeating myself right now. And then the next card out here, like I said, was the Nine of Diamonds, Nine of Cups. Nine of Pentacles, see, I just flirty and slipped that, okay? Nine of Cups, wishes and desires. Nine of Pentacles is abundance. And underneath the Nine of Cups, we've got the Temperance and the Strength card. So the Temperance is angels are among us everywhere. They have temperance, and they want you to have temperance. And they're thinking by you getting that regression, see, you're going to know more of how to fix yourself. You know, knowing that you were the king in Egypt certainly will help you. Knowing that you were a queen and a king, a pharaoh, knowing that you were one of the children that were trafficked. You know, we've had some rough lives. We're all back here because we wanted justice. Remember, that was the card that was on the bottom of this deck. That's what this all is about. We want justice for all the evil that's been going on forever. And so we said, yeah, we'll come back. And here's my conditions. A lot of us said we wanted to be protected. We wanted to write our own soul contract and be able to rewrite it. And we did that. We wanted to go into a program and get help and have counselors and AA. So we wrote it, and then we had to rewrite it because not everybody that was in our soul contract lived up to their end of the deal. Okay? Just like that King of Cups from 10 years ago, I was with a different mission partner 10 years ago, and if he would have lived up to the soul contract, he'd be sitting here now. But since he didn't live up to the soul contract, he's obviously not here. Okay? So this is about inner strength. This is the strength card. It said be courage, be courage. Be courageous, have courage, moral integrity, and that's what we're talking about right now. That's what Astro wants me to talk about this whole day here, was moral integrity. Okay? That's why if you look at the lyrics to Cowboy, those lyrics don't fit me today, but at one time they did. So you got to balance your fears with your emotions, and you got to have faith that you came here for this reason. But you can't keep acting like you were in the past. That's the whole thing about the regression. Once you know your past and who you were, that's your cell memory that makes up what you are now. You can change it. And that's what I did. And for the last 30 years, it's been all uphill and wonderful. And I'm ready to end this mission. And I know you are too. But some of you just aren't at that level yet, and we've got to get you to that level. We are working overtime in Astro to get you to that level. And the ones that don't want to get to that level, you know, you're going to a whole different, I want to say universe, because you really are. Okay, under the Ace of Pattern is your destiny. So it's just repeating itself. It's not saying anything different than I'm telling you. It's all about your destiny. And I'm trying to give you the ways to change and to get onto the timeline. And if you're already on the highest timeline, then to stay there. Okay? Walking away from the past, that's my Five of Cups card, where she's going, bye-bye everybody in the past. Jibber jabber, bye-bye. And then we have the Hanged Man, because I've got a new perspective on life. And my new perspective will come through knowing who I was. So make sure you watch my regression under the videos tab, and make sure you watch Lee's and Jacqueline's and Susan's. They should be under the playlist category under regressions. So definitely look through my channel here. Look through it and find some stuff. And you can get the same girl that did us. That's up to you. You know, Astro's going to talk, that Eight of Wands, Astro's going to talk through whatever path you choose to get the regressions. So it's not like, is there a right one or a wrong one, because Astro just needs you to channel somebody to be able to help you. Okay? So get a new perspective on who you are so that you can change. Because many of you are stuck where you, look at that. I said many of you are stuck, and I can't make it up. I didn't look. There's the Eight of Swords, which is the stuck card. But I was saying many of you are stuck and you just don't know how to change. You've always been violent. You've always been sex, drugs, and rock and roll. You've always been dishonest, whatever the case is, okay? You don't know how to change. Well, this is the first step in how to change. How do you get untied? How do you get unstuck, right? Isn't that cool how that card showed up? You're confused. Seven of Cups. Yeah, I don't even need these. I'll just put them away. Seven of Cups, okay? So you're confused. You've got so many options and you're doing so many things that you feel are not right. And how do you ever change them all, right? Well, you just start with finding out, who are you? Who are you really? And then go from there. All my lives I drank, so it was no surprise that I came here in 1966 as the drunk high priestess in a baby's body in the middle of a blizzard in Wisconsin. It's no surprise. It took me till I was 29 years old to join AA because I didn't want to listen. I didn't want to take the journey, the Six of Swords. I didn't want to take the journey into recovery. Page of Swords. And, you know, I just said I didn't want to take the journey, Six of Swords, into recovery, which is the truth. The Page of Dynamism is the truth card for me. It goes towards the truth. So everything I'm saying is just one card, just falling into place after another. And the reason we do that is so that you can see, you know, this is divinely guided. Eight of Swords, communication, Eight of Wands, I mean, but I said Eight of Swords, so that was being stuck. Communication's coming in to get you unstuck. What have I just been doing all morning? Trying to get you unstuck, because Astro says that we're having a problem with you guys getting unstuck. Unbelievable, huh? And then there's the Lover's card. That goes right back to the King of Cups. If you want your lover, if you want your twin flame, you both have to connect and you both have to be balanced. So let's say I'm a cowgirl, and let's say Kid Rock is the cowboy. Would there be any way that I could be with somebody that was living those lyrics? No way. I don't care if he was the twin. I don't care if he was the soulmate. I don't care if he was the mission partner, the Hierophant, the Emperor. None of it matters because he's not balanced with me. So you're not going to get your lovers, you're not going to get your next assignment unless you are balanced with it. For example, they're not going to put somebody into a bakery class that doesn't know anything about the bakery to teach it, I'm saying. Okay? You can't teach a bakery class unless you know how to bake. You're not going to get your twin, soul partner, mission partner, until you're balanced with them. You both got to be balanced. So that's why a lot of us too are sitting here and we're alone, and you wonder, why am I alone? One, because you won't settle for less because you're on the highest timeline, and two, your twin isn't balanced. So let's get balanced, okay? And then we've got the smoking gun. So let's do this. Let's do this. This is the Seven of Pentacles, my smoking gun card. So again, if I was to put you into the field, let's say you're an FBI agent and you're going to get the bad guy, right? And that smoking gun, and you say, got him. See, that's the success. That's the victory of the Seven of Pentacles. That's my smoking gun. So let's do this. Let's do this, everybody. Okay, and then I see time is now, positive new earth, indeed. And the card that just flew out of my hand was the Four of Wands, which is a celebration card. It's a marriage, it's a gathering of the souls. So this would be the outcome, would be you're going to your highest timeline, and the time is now. And Teddy the Tiger is here. There he is. Let's say hi to Teddy. There's Teddy. Oh, hi. The time is now. Yeah. So Teddy the Tiger just jumped up there because he agrees that if you want the celebration, the prosperity, if you want the gathering of souls and the marriage, then you're going to have to do this. Okay? You're going to have to do this. Now, he just knocked all the cards on the ground, and the ones that are facing up is the Empress, the Soul Contract, the Queen of Pentacles, the Death card. He just threw the Lovers at me. He just threw the Seven of Pentacles at me. There's the Death card. And on the bottom down there is the Moon. See her drowning? We're going to let her stay down there drowning in her lies because we're up here. We're up here in the sunshine. Right, Teddy? We're up here in the sunshine. So that was a cool ending. Yeah, you put death to that ending, didn't you? Okay, and back here again, I've got the Lovers card, the Smoking Gun, the Death card. There's the Empress, the Soul Contract, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, which is the manifestation. And Teddy agrees. Teddy agrees. Okay, everybody, I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.